If I could find assurance to leave you behind, I know my better half would fade, and all my doubt is a staircase for you, up and out of this maze. The first step is the one you believe in. The second one might be profound. Follow you down through the eye of the storm. Don't worry, I'll keep you warm. I follow you down while we're passing through space. I don't care if we fall from grace. I follow you down. The angels and the pearls, even trademark the color blue. Just like the tower we never built, in the shadow of all the guilt, when the other hand was pointed at you. Yeah, the first step is the one you believe in, and the second one might be profound. If I could find assurance to leave you behind, I know my better half would fade. I'll follow you down.
We have Austin, Joey, Derek, and Nick. Rachel. Reicks, man. Jaden and Jordan. And last but certainly not least, this is the couple we're all here for tonight. We got Cassidy and Reicks.
You know, it's weird, as I was writing this speech, I kept thinking back to the times that Cass and I would dress up and get out her old keyboard upstairs at Mom and Dad's house and march back up and down the hallway to the wedding march song that was programmed on your keyboard. It's crazy to think that today is your actual wedding day, and no offense, but your dress today is way prettier than what you wore then. No offense, Jill. But I just want you both to know how much you mean to me and how happy I am you found each other. You two have been through so much in your relationship, from living in different states to living together and getting a puppy to having to live apart during your engagement. You've overcome it all. And Cass, although I've loved getting to live with you again for the past 3 months, I think it's safe to say we do better when we don't live in the same house. I promise you can still come steal my clothes whenever you want. But you know, I've gained some pretty great stories about you two during the past couple of months since we've lived next door to each other again. One specifically would be the dippy egg story. Yes, for those of you who don't call sunny side up eggs dippy eggs, this is what we called them growing up. Cass and I were filling out wedding invites one night at my house, and she shared a story with me about her first year that her and Lewis were dating at Iowa State. She was making breakfast and he asked her to make his eggs extra dippy. And she was telling me this story and she was so shocked that someone else called them dippy eggs. And as she's telling me this story, she goes, I knew right then and there I was gonna marry him. And here we are. Cass, it's been so much fun planning and preparing this day with you, and it's more beautiful than any Pinterest board we have made. I'm so honored to stand by your side today as you're starting a new chapter in your life as Cassidy Reicks, and I'm so proud to call you my sister and best friend. Lewis, I'm so happy to officially have you as a part of the family, although you've been a part of our family for about 7.5 years. Took you long enough. I'm so excited for you both as you start this new life together. You've been through a lot of changes in the past year, and everything has finally fallen into place for you two. You get to start your new life together in a new home with Willow, and you're both teaching at the same school, which is pretty amazing. I can't wait to see where your new life takes you. I love you both so much. So, let's all raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Reicks and wish them years of happiness and many babies to come.
Hi everybody. I'm Jordan, Lewis's cousin. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. And I'd also like to thank everyone who helped prepare for the wedding and reception, especially Dean and Sandy, and Alan and Pam. As many of you know, Lewis is a huge Redskins fan. That might be an understatement too. When we were younger, he'd come over a lot of times to watch NFL Sunday Ticket. We didn't always have Redskins games on. When we did, one thing was for sure, there'd be a lot of yelling at the TV. We still get together sometimes and watch Sunday Ticket. When we don't, we normally call each other. Yeah, we always call each other on Sundays, but to discuss the games. So one time, before I really knew how big of a Vikings fan Cass is, we were on the phone for a while. Then out of nowhere, I hear Cass yelling in the background, and I'm like, Lewis, what's going on? And he goes, oh, so-and-so missed a tackle. And to myself, I'm thinking, yep, 2 peas in a pod. With that being said, that passion they have for their football teams is the same passion they have for each other. I'm so honored to be a part of your guys' big day. With that, I'd like to propose a toast.
All right, I hope you're all in for a long speech, because you know me. Just kidding. Today when I was walking... It reminded me of the day we left you at Iowa State. My mom was tearing up as we drove away. And I said, don't worry. Lewis will keep her safe. And you better. No, I know you will. I just want to thank everybody for coming today. Dean and Sandy, all my family and friends. Couldn't do it without you. And mostly my beautiful wife. I know you'll be a caring and loving wife just like your mom. And now I'm a toast. Speech is over. No, I can't remember this, so I'm going to say. Okay, so this is a toast to my daughter. She was a gift from God, and I will always be grateful to be her father. May God continue to bless you and her husband, bless her and her husband, and grant them safety, love, and happiness for the rest of their lives. So let's toast to them.
So Lewis was a first-year college student at Iowa State when he came home one weekend, and he said, "Mom, I met this girl and I really like her." And her name is Cass Severson, and she lives in Kelmer. And she's a student at South Winneshiek. She's a junior. So I give my typical mom response. It's like, "Oh, that's nice, Lewis." Thanks for sharing. And then it was kind of like, I got to thinking after a while, it's like, junior at South Win. You're going to be going to prom. And he said, "I'm not going to prom. I'm a college man. I'm too old for that." And he was pretty adamant about it. So I was like, I'm just going to let that one go. I said, "Oh, okay, Lewis, okay, all right. We'll let that one go." Off he goes back to Iowa State. And comes home again on another weekend and says, "I guess I'm going to prom." And Cass, that's how I know. My son has been in love with you for a very long time. Because he really didn't want to go to the junior prom. But, yeah, skipped Visha even. Whoa! Yeah, but he knew it was important to you, and so he did it for you. He compromised, and if I remember right, though, your senior prom, you let him off the hook. And so I'm sure that you really wanted him to be at prom that senior year, but you knew it was important to him as a second-year college student to kind of let him sit that one out. So you compromised, and we always hear about the word compromise, but the thing about it is it's best when there's inequality of compromise, and I can't think of a better story than this one. You both do it so beautifully together, and I think that you're going to have an amazing marriage when you have that give and take. So anyway, we love you both, and we wish nothing but the best for you all the days of your life. And so with that, we'll just say cheers to Louis and Cass.